The Women's War. Written by James Patterson and Sean Seraphin. Read by Robin Miles. Chapter 1. 2 years ago. While all the other girls in kindergarten would doodle pictures of ponies and rainbows, I would draw myself parachuting out of helicopters and landing on dictators. My little stick figure would karate kick 12 other stick figures, somehow making them explode in the process. And then I'd aim my portable missile at the obvious target, a dragon. Nearly 30 years later, I'd be a Marine Corps colonel riding on a Huey. The only difference between the girl in my crayon drawings and the real me is that I didn't have a parachute. I'd use a rope. And the dragon caught in my crosshairs wasn't a big lizard with wings. He was a little lizard, with total dominance over the U.S.-Mexican narcotics trade. His name was Diego Carrera. We were mid-flight, northwest of Diego's location, which was a compound tucked in the outskirts of a Mexican town called Matamoros. It was nearly midnight, dark, hot, damp. 18 members of my platoon were riding in 3 separate Bell Huey helicopters, flying low enough to read road signs and fast enough not to bother. I scanned the terrain below using the scope on my M16. The goal was to spot anyone who might be on a rooftop with heavy weaponry. Was I scared? No. Was I lying to myself about not being scared? Yes. We'd been hunting Diego Carrera for 3 years. I, personally, had been assigned to 6 different raids on his drug fields and had been introduced to his legendary business etiquette firsthand. Yet I never got the pleasure of introducing him to my M16. Our helicopters banked left. We were avoiding the city's population. It was a sizable town, but not sizable enough that the growl of a chopper would go unnoticed. The entirety of our intel came from an anonymous source who divulged only a single detail about himself. His name was the Fat Man. We knew nothing else about him. We had no idea if he was a defector from Carrera's cartel or if he was the governor of Maine. Fat Man? I pictured a bloated, balding car salesman with crusted mustard on his tie, running to payphone booths with borrowed quarters to call me. This morning he gave us the best news we've ever had.
Carrera is in Matamoros tonight.
2 hours later we were airborne. I kissed my kids goodbye and tried super hard to seem like a normal mom. I'm not, though. There are 3 main things that can go wrong while jumping out of a helicopter. You could get shot before you jump. You could get shot while actually falling. You could get shot after you complete your fall. On this mission, we didn't anticipate there would be a 4th thing that could go wrong. Your enemy kicks your teeth in. I had on heat-protective gloves, but I let my boots absorb the majority of the work. I pinched the cord with the arch of one foot against the instep of the other. I don't know how the friction didn't cause a small forest fire, but honestly, my boots have never shown signs of burn. Credit the U.S. Marine Corps for that. Or me eating salads. The ground greeted me like a speeding truck. Wham! Release, roll, get to position, crouch, aim, hold. Lieutenant Rita Ramirez hit the field second, taking front watch. She was my no-nonsense assistant team leader, so she'd be the caboose once our human caravan got going. Sergeant Kira Holmes, the best navigator and the best shot, led on point as our sniper. My allies. My 2 best friends. I'd never had less intel on a situation, and it was making me an anxious wreck. But my job as colonel was to win the Academy Award for seeming non-wrecked. The shrubbery up ahead was starting to afford us a view as we approached it. I could see the backyard of Diego's compound in front of us. Showtime.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?